I think that China must enact the structural reforms as soon as possible in order to keep growth in the area of 7% plus. And Zhu Rongji taught me many, many years ago that 7% was sort of the magic important number, because that was a number needed to basically satisfy the needed jobs for people coming in from Western China. And I think that the growth investment model period is over. And that carried China for the last quarter century, generation well, but I think you need now really to get to domestic consumption. Now, it's been in the last couple of 5-year plans, but not enough has been done to really push it, as you know. And I think with the difficult world economy that we've seen since 2007, 2008, I think China is not in a position to be able to rely on exports like it used to. I mean, look at the situation with the Eurozone, even the United States. And so I think it was very important for the new leadership to decide to open up the economy more, push the service sector, structural adjustment. And I think that it needs to be moved, obviously, in an orderly fashion, but it has to be done. And I think what you need to do is see an opening of the financial sector. And I think this new free trade zone can be very helpful in that sense. I think, foreign financial enterprises need to have some more room to operate. I also believe that, it's very positive for the world to have Chinese, financial institutions go abroad. The Bank of China has always been there, but others now are joining it, the other state-owned banks and other banks in general. I mean, China merchants, I could run through so many of them that are doing that, which is necessary for China because China is now a major stakeholder in the world. They're a major trading nation, and it's only logical that their financial system will follow them. But I also feel that in order to keep the economy growing at the levels we discussed, you have to open up the financial sector. And so I'm optimistic that the free trade zone could be helpful in this regard. Also can be helpful in moving China more rapidly, I think, to basically arrive at convertibility of the RMB. And I think that's important also. And I think it'll happen more rapidly than a lot of people thought. I mean, people were talking about 20 years from now, etc. I think it'll happen in the next 5 or 10 years, the convertibility. Another thing that needed to be done, and the government started to move on it, is freeing up interest rates. That's long overdue. Now, they've started on the lending borrowing side, and now the tough job becomes. Another area that I was very happy that the Premier Lee mentioned was deposit insurance, because I think that is very important. And he was very adamant, in saying that China was going to move ahead in that regard. We see what happened in Southern Europe, in the Eurozone, because they don't have a proper insurance scheme. And look what happened in Cyprus. So I think this is kind of lessons learned from problems of other areas to move ahead here. Another area which I think is very important is the social safety net. Because unless, you have a strong social safety net, that really isn't giving encouragement to people to spend.